So far, we've seen how to render a night scene in Sweet Home 3D and how the Sweet Home Lights plugin can make managing lighting much easier. But when the sun comes up, there are two main things we need to do. First, we need to turn off the lights. The easiest way to do this is by using the Sweet Home Lights plugin, as we demonstrated in the previous lesson. At the top of the video description, you'll find key moments from this tutorial, including how to find your home's geolocation, how to determine the north direction, and finally, how to enter this valuable information into the Modify Compass window. To render the scene, we start by clicking the Create Photo in 3D View button on the main toolbar. In the new window, we set our preferred image size, enable Apply Proportions, and choose the 16:9 aspect ratio. Then, we select the highest quality option. Next, we set the date and time for the render. We also make sure to uncheck the Ceiling Lights option to avoid artificial lighting. Once everything is set, we click Create. When the render finishes, we notice the sunlight passing beautifully through the windows. However, there's an odd visual phenomenon. Although the photons hit the floor, the rest of the space remains surprisingly dark, as if the light isn't diffusing naturally throughout the room. If we use the Sunflow render engine instead of YafaRay, we can achieve similar results, perhaps with a slight improvement in how light reflects off surfaces. However, the main issue remains: the rest of the room is still too dark. Let's see how we can create a decent daylight rendering on a low-budget PC using a little help from lights. We can use the Sweet Home Lights plugin. In the Lights Settings tab, select all the lights by clicking and dragging your mouse. Then, on the floor plan, choose two walls, ideally ones whose logical extension defines the area you want to illuminate. Back in the plugin window, click the Calculate Lumen button. In the area field, enter a value that's about half of the estimated area. This helps keep the artificial lights from overpowering the natural light coming through the windows. For room type, the last 7 options simulate physical lighting environments like sunlight, dawn, sunset, and moonlight. We'll go with sunlight, clear sky, and then hit Yes. When we render the scene, we notice that the room is artificially illuminated to simulate the diffusion of sunlight throughout the space. We also observe that the light entering through the windows remains sharp and unfaded. This detail is important, because if we render the scene again at 6 p.m., we can clearly see that the sun has shifted in the sky, changing the area where the sunlight enters and falls within the room. This information is incredibly valuable when designing your home, as understanding the sun's path throughout the year can influence not only aesthetics but also energy efficiency decisions. For those who aren't shy about showing off their high-performance hardware, there's an awesome plugin you've got to check out. It's called Photo Video Rendering by Enko Nyito. This add-on brings a new photo and video rendering menu, complete with advanced settings for getting the most out of your renders. You'll find all the necessary download links in the video description below. Once installed in the toolbar, click the Create Photo in 3D View button. It's the one with the gray camera icon. In the window that opens, you can access additional customization by clicking the Advanced Settings button. Under the Quality 1 tab, select Path Tracing if you're using YafaRay, or simply choose Path for the Sunflow rendering engine. After that, crank up the diffuse bounces and caustic photon settings for a big visual boost. And if your system can handle it, go ahead, experiment with the other settings too. You might be surprised by what you can achieve. We'd love to hear from you. Drop your feedback in the comments and share your rendering experience with us. For those of us pushing our computers beyond just browsing or emails, even if we're working with low-end hardware, we need an environment where photons play by the laws of physics. The design journey is just getting started. Let's bring to powerful, free design tools, Sweet Home 3D and Blender, together to achieve amazing results. Don't miss the upcoming videos. Subscribe and stay tuned.